Oh my gosh! Wait, are we on?
We're not. Oh yeah, okay, we're recording.
Are people watching us right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was at that
sorry.
moment they knew.
We didn't realize we were on. We didn't realize you were watching us right now.
You didn't hit it. Oh, didn't see you there.
So welcome. I'm Steve, and
I'm Drew.
he's Drew. Welcome to episode 2. Who would have thought? I mean, they said we would never make it, but here we are in episode 2 of Borderline Theology. So if you're tuning in, God bless you.
This is for all the haters out there. The haters out. Yo, speaking of haters,
This feels like a Taylor Swift song, like, because we had so many people say, you're never going to make it past episode 1, but here we are.
all of our haters. Yo, speaking of haters,
we showed you.
you remember at worship together when that guy
Worship Together.
Oh,
Not one of our sponsors, probably does not want to be affiliated with us, but I'm drinking their coffee mug.
but we love you. So
Yes.
remember at worship together when we were watching Hillsong Young and Free, and that old guy stood up and was like, "Hey, when are you going to sing about Jesus?" And they're like a Jesus band, like that's what they do.
That guy was definitely a boomer.
Definitely. Now, yes, we could confidently say he was an
Yeah.
actual boomer.
He was a boomer.
Yeah.
He may have been a pre-boomer, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, great question. I guess great. Listen, ask
Yeah.
whatever is on your mind.
Yeah.
But that took me back. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Does he not know where we are?
We're at a conference all about Jesus.
All we've done for 8 hours is sing about Jesus.
Right. When are you going to talk about Jesus?
When are you going to talk about Jesus?
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Are you just going to repeat everything I say? This entire conference?
What do they sell? Do you know what that's
That
from?
guy needs some, what did we say last week? We said he needs some ultra vitality.
Ultimate male vitality.
Yes.
He needs it. He needs that.
So as much as we pick on the guy from Infowars for selling like supplements and stuff like that, like I think if you're a supplement company out there and you want to be on our show and you want us to promote you, we absolutely would
gladly take
shamelessly
I will
promote your stuff.
gladly take male vitality for money. Is that wrong? I don't
No.
Is that morally wrong? I
No,
don't think so. I mean, if it's gonna
Again, if we go back to the definition of
if
vitality,
it's gonna boost my vitality, then we're good.
right. I think the definition of vitality was, what was it? Energy and
Something about having the ultimate state of energy and
activity.
and
Oh,
activity.
strength
Yes.
and activity.
Yes.
Because we said the opposite would be weakness and
Yes.
inactivity.
Yes.
So anyway, so we're on to episode 2. As you can see, we have a new Groot. Our Groot has grown since the
Yes.
last episode.
Oh, Joey Young card isn't seen on the camera.
It's not seen on the camera?
No, look at it.
Oh.
Oh no. Wait.
All right. So
Hold up.
put it
Hold
in front
up.
of. Yeah.
No.
It's going to have to work.
Bang.
Can you guys see that?
It might be seen.
So
If not,
this episode is brought to you by Teenage Groot and the future famous Joey Young.
the coolest guy that we know.
If you're interested in booking Joey Young, it's as simple as going to your email and sending a note to joeyyoungbooking@gmail.com.
Definitely don't give out the phone number.
I'm not
Even though it's already on there and they probably can't see it anyway.
yeah, they probably can't see it.
No.
Because we don't want tons of fans just
F.
calling his,
I know. Big F.
you know. But it does say what he is here at the bottom. It says musician. So
Great hair. Great hair.
So now the cool thing about Teenage Groot is Teenage Groot does a dance.
Yes.
So Michael Jackson.
That's a young Michael.
Yeah.
That's great.
Now we have to kind of let it play out though, because I can't really stop it.
Wait, really? There's no stop. That's a okay for anybody wondering what worship is. That's a visual representation of me on Sundays.
Yeah. Drew got all his worship moves from Teenage Group.
Yes, it was totally great movie. Never seen it. Great movie though.
No. So if you tuned in last time, you learned that Drew has pretty much only seen like 1 or 2 movies in his entire life.
Ever. Well, I watch a lot of sports movies, and I know people don't like sports movies.
Yeah.
There's either a cult following behind a sports movie or none at all, at least from my perspective.
Like sometimes I like sports movies more than sports.
Yes.
Because there's cool music and there's drama and like I'm not a big baseball guy, but I liked Field of Dreams and I liked Wild Thing and baseball movies I actually enjoy.
Did you ever watch The Longest Yard?
Yes.
Good
movie.
That is a great movie. Movie. I guess there was an old one though.
Hang on a second. You got something on your face.
Oh, thank you for.
I think it's from your hat.
Thank you for.
I was gonna have you do it, but I'm like, it'd be quicker if I do it.
If you on that note,
he's like, why are you touching my face?
I need an adult.
All of these viewers.
On that note, this week's worship song of the week is, for the second week in a row, Waymaker.
It's a chart topper.
It is a chart topper, heart stopper, the worship song to go to. Did you ever see The Rock, like Dwayne Johnson, like cut a promo for wrestling?
Wait, The Rock, like the actor that's in movies that you haven't seen? The Rock?
Yes. The Rock. Like, did you ever see like The Rock, like WWE The Rock?
Oh, back in the day when he had hair.
The jabroni beating, pie eating. Like, did you ever see that guy? Did you ever see him cut a promo?
No.
It is the best thing. It's the best. If you're gonna cut a promo ever and you're gonna call somebody out or hype yourself up, you need to have a Dwayne Johnson in your life. Yeah. As a metaphor for like me and you are the Dwayne Johnson to Mr. Joe Young, even though he also is the Dwayne Johnson to himself. That is the same thing.
He's something special, and of course you're gonna know this in 10 years. You don't know it now.
You don't know it now.
But he's future famous.
He is future famous.
Actually, he should really get Joey Young future famous T-shirts made up or something.
And with the amount of times that we talk about him, we should just get tattoos on our foreheads. Just say Joey Young on Facebook.
Maybe temporary tattoos.
Maybe. I was going to do that.
I mean, Joey Young will definitely be around in 10 years. I don't know if Facebook will. Some new platform.
I was not going to get a Joey Young tattoo, but I was going to get a temporary tattoo one day when I was going home from college. And just like put it on my back or something like a weird spot.
Just to freak your parents out.
That you could forget that it is there.
Yeah.
And I was going to just fake forget to have a tattoo and see what my mother would say. And I could never do it because I know it would actually hurt her. Like she's like that good of a lady. And she would like bawl her eyes out and not talk to me for like 3 days.
Really?
Because every time she would look at me, she would just burst into tears because her son got a tattoo. And I mean, that's great. I guess that's what you want to be as a mom. Yeah. But I couldn't do it. You
got to do like the Mike Tyson face tattoo.
Oh, do you ever see Post Malone's?
That dude has some tattoos like everywhere.
He has a ton. And so now I like tattoos. I will never get any because I don't like needles.
Yeah.
But I mean, tattoos are art depending on the kind and what you get,
I don't have any tattoos. What I've always said was, would you put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari? And I mean, No,
you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. And I could see why.
I mean,
now
at this point,
I probably would
just detract from this fine physical specimen.
I could put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. If I got a Ferrari, I think I would put a bumper sticker on it just to be that guy.
And again, I mean, this comes back to who we are here at Borderline Theology. We're just regular guys.
Yes.
I know you're out there thinking like, wow,
what are these guys talking about?
These guys, they seem like they have it all together.
They seem so perfect.
We don't.
No.
We don't have it all together.
No. Steve doesn't have hair. I don't have hair.
Yeah.
It's
Dwayne Johnson doesn't have hair.
Oh, so never scratch that. We are perfect. Don't. You know what also makes us perfect?
We know Joe Young.
No. Well, yes, but
we sing Waymaker.
Super meal vitality.
Yeah, so if you haven't ordered any, go to Infowars store.
Don't go to Infowars.
They're one of our future sponsors. So we have no sponsors at this point. We're only episode 2.
No.
We know this is going to blow up. So we have a lot of future sponsors.
We're confident in ourselves.
So second week in a row, we have Groot here. We're pretty confident that Marvel Studios is going to sponsor us.
Marvel's going to look at us and say,
Joey Young, future famous person, is going to sponsor us.
Yes.
Worship Together, they're going to sponsor us at some point in the future, probably. If we work some more theology into our Borderline Theology podcast.
Oh, no, we're going to do that right now because I just thought of something as we were, Joey Young music.
Yeah.
I took screenshots of rap lyrics and I took screenshots of Bible verses. And I'm going to read them to you and you're going to tell me if it's a Bible verse or if it's a rap lyric.
What version of the Bible?
MSG.
Message version.
I think that's the newest.
The Message. It's a more of a normal person's language version, right? So I would think that would actually be the hardest to differentiate from rap.
Nice. Well, good. I'm glad I did my homework. I downloaded like 8 different Bible translations on my phone.
But
I keep that thing on me.
But that's, the one that rhymes, I'm going to say, is the rap. But even not all raps rhyme. So.
Haven't you ever read Psalms?
And Psalms rhymes.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Okay, go for it.
Make it to the top by lying and cheating. Get paid with smoke.
I don't know if it's how you said it, kind of like with a little emphasis on certain words, but it feels like a rap.
That is from Proverbs 21. That is Proverbs 21:6. And it says, make it to the top by lying and cheating. Get paid with smoke and promotion to death.
So Post Malone, if you're listening.
Yes.
Lil Wayne, if you're listening, there's your next big hit.
Boom.
Read Proverbs.
This is another one. Another thing. And it says, with a fistful of enemies in one hand and a fistful of haters in the other.
Okay. I'm going with Proverbs.
Yeah. Considering I just said that it was Proverbs.
All right. I'm 1-1.
Last quote. When you win, we plan to raise the roof and lead the parade with our banners.
I'm going to go with the Bible.
Yeah. That's strictly, I tried to bamboozle you there. There was 3.
So all 3.
That last one was from
the
Psalms.
Bible.
Yeah, that last one was from Psalms.
So any of you future rappers out there, if you're looking for your first hit, read the Bible.
Read the MSG version.
MSG.
Or read the other 6 translations that I downloaded on my phone.
I'm guessing Joey Young reads MSG because he likes salt.
What?
Isn't MSG salt?
No. No, it's not. I don't think so.
Like they always say Chinese food has a lot of MSG in it. I always thought that meant sodium or salt. MSG.
Pull it up.
All right. So
I'm pretty positive. I mean, if you're talking chemical makeup, salt is NaCl.
I know MSG is technically the message version, but MSG, the chemical.
Salt is NaCl.
Monosodium glutamate, also known as sodium glutamate, is the sodium salt of glutamic acid.
Word.
So I feel like MSG is sort of salt.
I mean, in theory, I guess it is. It's like a more chemical salt.
Right. So if there's any of you out there that are chemistry majors, I'm going to give you the chemistry formula here.
Oh boy.
So if you could tell us what C5H8NO4Na is.
Whew. Well, there's sodium in that.
Yep.
Nice.
Sodium 2-aminopenentadiate.
Amino. If I could see that. Hold up. Amino.
That's a tough one.
That's a no from me, dog. That's what that. A little bit of Randy.
I could handle the science part of chemistry, but it's the pronunciation part.
Do you ever think it's weird how where that stuff comes from? Like, isn't salt just found in like the dirt? Like, down there?
I think it's like certainly salt water.
Yeah.
You get the water out of it,
but
you're left with salt.
But I feel like isn't it weird how there's minerals,
right?
No, if you think about it,
how there's air,
who discovered and from as we if we were strictly talking about science books and honestly we believe in something greater, but what if someday in theory somebody was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take this speck and put it on my food
Right.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be nuts to do that.
Right. Like who put salt on their food first?
Yeah. Like I want to know that.
Yeah.
That's a really stupid thought. But if you think about it, we wouldn't even have food today if somebody wasn't like, you know what, I'm just going to sprinkle this real quick.
And there's probably been a lot of people over the years that have sprinkled poisons on their food and they're just not around to talk about it. And they didn't have kids and they didn't, procreate because they died.
Because they died. Rip.
But yeah, like think about, chickens and eggs and something popped out of a chicken's butt and somebody's like, that looks good.
I'm just going to eat it real quick. You think they're going to bring chickens to Mars when we get there?
I think they should.
You think Elon Musk is just going to like...
I mean, it makes sense, right? Because they make eggs.
I mean,
it's
but why don't they just like bring it? Like why don't they just like bring eggs from like Earth and just like set them up?
But why bring an egg when you can bring an egg maker? Like a waymaker.
Oh.
Egg maker.
I was gonna quote Waymaker when we did our little song thing, but I was like, nah, they ain't ready for it. they ain't trying to be moved yet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That feels more like an episode 3 or 4.
If we ever go to Mars, me and you, we're definitely bringing Waymaker with us.
Yeah.
I mean, Waymaker is with us all. But have you ever seen that? What they do on Mars? Like what they're trying to do, like what the plan is for Mars, like getting us there? Like SpaceX?
Well, let's back up. There's a movie called The Martian.
Okay.
Which I feel like you haven't watched.
I have seen bits and pieces because that was one of those things. So in high school, I had a really good physics teacher.
Yep.
And he would only show us space movies that were correct with physics.
Oh.
So I believe it was either that or Apollo 11 or both of them that I've only seen bits and pieces too, because there's those days of school where you're going to take 4 days to watch movies. After the first 2 days, I just don't show up.
Right.
And I mean, I'm going to be a preacher. I always go to school. So the thing is, like, he would put that on, and I think it's actually pretty close to being
really,
like physics and stuff.
So I think, Elon Musk watched it. He watched Matt Damon, be this astronaut on Mars, and that's what he's basing all his missions on, is that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Elon Musk was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and I was watching it.
We should bring Elon Musk on this podcast.
Let's send him a message. For real.
Seriously, I got a feeling like that's going to give him some exposure to some audiences that he doesn't currently reach right now.
Yeah, like two people.
Some of you out there are like, who's Elon Musk?
What is his name? Elon Musk.
And actually, Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon,
mm-hmm.
I heard he just took $4 billion in Amazon stock and cashed it out because he's doing a space program. So he's going to take so many
$4 billion is not enough.
No, but that was a starter fund, and then he's going to take so many billion every year out of Amazon.
He should just partner with Elon. Why don't they? Elon's already there.
It's competition, though. It's like they're, these guys. Why can't we all get along?
Cool world out there, kids. Grab your coats.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I feel like SpaceX. I really like that stuff.
Yeah.
And watching how they do it. It's insane. What they last did like a capsule on the tip of the rocket. So like all the astronauts would sit in the capsule, right on the rocket. So once it got high enough, they just split the capsule off from the rocket. And then when they re-entered it, what their deal is, going to space is too expensive to keep doing it and keep wrecking stuff. Because I guess that's how they did it back in the day.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So they're trying to reuse it. So when they send the capsule back, it goes up into space. The test was it was in space, and then they waited while it was in space. Then they brought it back with obviously with nobody in it.
Yep.
And it comes down and it has like a bunch of parachutes and it just lands in the ocean and you just float. So then they could safely come back.
So I mean, years ago, back in like when we first went to the moon, they did that. I mean, the capsule came back down and parachuted in the ocean and stuff like that. But I think a lot of the rocket boosters and stuff like that, they just kind of.
Yeah, these rockets land themselves.
Yeah, those ones land themselves now.
On like the ocean and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's nuts. I mean, I would totally do that. I'd be an astronaut.
I mean, you're still young. I think it's
Elon, if you're out there, hit me up.
I think like probably, I mean, it's going to take us a few dozen episodes for this thing really to blow up.
For Elon
But once
Musk.
it does,
yeah,
he's going to hear about you.
He's going to watch us back. He's
going to be like, you know what? Drew's the guy we need.
He's the guy we need because he'll just do it.
He'll do it.
Me and my friends, we had this thing. And it was like, you think I won't, and then like if somebody says you won't, like you do it. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like
like I triple dog dare you. That's from a movie that you probably haven't seen.
That's a boomer thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas Story.
Oh, I've seen A Christmas Story.
Really?
Yeah.
Where the kid sticks his tongue to the pole?
Yeah.
I triple dog dare you.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, people. We have a movie that Drew's seen.
That's the first one. It's great. I will say it took me until I was like 17 to watch that movie, though.
Wow.
My parents never put it on. They were always like a Rudolph and the claymation kind of stuff, which is awesome. I wish they did that now. Yeah.
You know what? I think our kids, I tried to get them to watch that, but it didn't like hold their attention. Those are the classics.
See, I know I sound like a boomer, but I feel like cartoons nowadays just they stink.
Yeah, they do.
Like, I mean,
when I was a kid, we had like the Roadrunner and the Coyote,
mm-hmm.
Tom and Jerry. Like those are the classics.
Mm-hmm.
Today it's just weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I like South Park and I like Family Guy. They're like adult cartoons. I like those, but like kid cartoons, like even SpongeBob changed. Like SpongeBob used to be savage.
Yeah,
like it used to be awesome. And now it's like I look back, I'm like, what did they do to SpongeBob?
I know. Everybody gets a trophy now.
Oof.
Sad.
Oof. It's gonna be one of those days.
Get off my lawn.
Get off of my lawn. All right. Hey, today's Valentine's Day.
It is.
You have any big plans?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So here's the thing. My wife and I, who I'm sure she would love to stay nameless on this podcast.
Yes.
So we'll just call her the wife.
We'll just, yes.
Because you don't have a wife.
So no.
it won't be confusing.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure when this blows up, you're going to get a lot of offers.
Not as much as Joey Young.
And you're going to have to make sure, don't just the first gold digger that comes after you.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be tough.
So anyway, but the wife and I, our anniversary is on Sunday,
the
16th. So we generally don't celebrate Valentine's Day like all crazy, because restaurants just jack up the prices anyway on Valentine's Day. They have this limited menu. They jack up the prices. Flowers are 5 times more than they normally are. So we always celebrate on 2 days after on our anniversary, which we are. We're gonna go away for a night. But the cool thing is the day after Valentine's Day, which is the day before my anniversary, Candy and Flowers is like 90% off.
Did you plan that in the wedding?
Actually, I was actually pushing for February 2nd.
Okay.
2 weeks before it. I went at Groundhog Day, which there's a lot of movie references from the movie Groundhog Day.
That's like my favorite holiday.
And she definitely didn't want me to make a bunch of movie references on our anniversary. So she pushed it 2 weeks.
She pushed it.
Which was fine with me because then it's the whole 90% off Candy and Flowers thing.
Yes, so, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So everybody, I'm going to do that now.
Yeah. Like Get married 2 days after Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to really celebrate Valentine's Day and all the craziness, and you get
and you get the candy, which is the best part of Valentine's Day.
90% off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, usually the day after is 80, like it's like 50% off, and then 2 days after.
And then it slowly goes down.
Yeah.
That's no, I will say though, I was in Dollar General and they had like rows upon rows of like buckets full of stuff, and on the thing it said 50 cents a piece. And like there was if there was candy in there, like candy bars, they were like 2 pennies.
Whoa.
I don't know what they were doing. I don't know how outdated they were.
Yeah.
But they were like trying to get rid of them. I didn't get any. But
we could actually do that on the show. We could have a blind taste test.
Ooh, I like that.
There
are people who do that, but we're going to do it also because
is it really?
Did you ever watch Good Mythical Morning?
No.
Oh, they do that.
Let's not plug other podcasts, okay, on this podcast.
Yeah, sorry. They're like the biggest
Stay focused on Joey Young. We're plugging Joey Young.
Joey.
He's a future famous person.
He's not paying us anything, and he never will. But he'll be
pay us in insults.
He'll pay us in insults. You guys, I'm not even that good.
So what if you had to theme episode 2 with a name? Like, do people do that? Like every episode they have like a topic.
We were talking about BLT, and I know BLTs. You have a meeting to that.
I do. So borderline theology, which at some point we did work some theology in episode 2 already.
Yeah.
We read Proverbs, but BLT is really the initials for borderline theology, and it's actually a sandwich that Drew is familiar with. I didn't know if he knew what that was. I didn't know if that's a boomer sandwich. He goes, no, that's my favorite sandwich.
How do you not know what a BLT is?
How do you not know what Die Hard is?
Okay, yes. Okay. But is there people who really don't know what a BLT is? I mean, I guess there is, but I mean like people in like America. Like, do you think there's like people that
The funny thing is like, I like all the ingredients of a BLT, but I would rather have a BLT with like a burger on it. I'd rather have a burger with lettuce, tomato, and bacon on it. Like,
okay.
I feel like a BLT is like, it's like a vegan burger, but I guess it's got bacon, which isn't vegan, but
it's like vegan, except it's not.
Like, I'll have a grilled cheese, hold the cheese.
Hold the cheese.
Just give me some toasted bread. I'll have a BLT, I'll have a bacon cheeseburger without the burger.
Without the burger and the hey, speaking of vegans and burgers, did you hear about the controversy behind the Impossible Burger?
I did not hear the controversy.
So like apparently like Burger King never said it was vegan. Apparently like a bunch of vegan people were like eating it and then they realized that it wasn't vegan, it was just vegetarian.
So what's the difference? It's got egg in it?
It may possibly, but that's what I was I saw in my Instagram feed. It was like, vegans freak out over the Impossible
So there is a difference between vegan and vegetarian.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically vegan is like vegetarian. You could still do dairy. Yes. And vegans, you can't. And a lot of times, so there was a point where I wasn't going vegan, but I was trying to eat as healthy as possible. Mm-hmm. So part of that was eating veggie burgers. And my one buddy is a vegan.
Yeah.
And like, he's really vegan. Like he has to take B12 supplements because he doesn't get it from his diet.
Gotcha.
Because he's actually vegan. And I was like, hey, like what veggie burgers could I get? And he told me the brand. I went and got them.
Yep.
And the veggie burgers, if they're vegan, stink because like they don't stay together.
Right.
So here I am
There's
flipping
nothing like binding them.
Yeah. So here I am flipping the burger and it's coming undone. And I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? And you don't know if it's done because it's green. Like, you know, and like, I guess you could eat it raw, right? But like, you want it to be a little crispy. I mean, it's a burger. You're going to imitate our burger. Yeah. You have to do it. So yeah, it was a bad experience. Now, veggie burgers, on the other hand, that aren't vegan have eggs, so it holds them together.
Right.
And they're actually pretty good, depending on what you get. There's different kinds too.
Okay. So I mean, people have probably done this already, but I've never had the Impossible Whopper.
Me neither.
But I think it'd be fun to do it on the podcast.
Oh, is there DoorDash around here? I know there's DoorDash where I live.
In our little town, we're lucky to have internet. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
There might be. Well, I will look into it, and we'll have DoorDash bring it.
I know you guys are probably thinking that we're operating this out of a penthouse studio in downtown Manhattan.
Yes,
we are that hip.
We are hip,
but we're
as
actually
the cool kids
we're in small town America right now. So
it's the best kind of America.
That's what most of America is. And actually, so for my job, I've actually traveled a lot for work and been around the United States a lot and other parts of the world. But in the United States, pretty much every town has that one road that has your Walmart, your Applebee's,
and your Burger
King, I mean, around here we have, there's the Vestal Parkway. That's what I'm thinking of. There's just
shout out to where we are. But cut that out there, Chief.
Yeah, we can't tell you where we are.
There's AEW around here. Is that good?
So I actually saw a meme recently that said there's a secret society living within the United States that somehow keeps Long John Silver's open. I have personally never been. I have driven by a Long John Silver's. I have never personally gone into a Long John Silver's.
My grandma, me and my grandma were having this conversation. I forget. I was telling her that
about Long John Silver's.
I was telling her that when we were in Nashville, we had sushi, and I had sushi for the first time. She's like, I can't ever eat it like that because it's not cooked. She goes, but I'll get like fried fish, like from Long John Silver's. I was like, Grandma, no.
So your grandma goes to Long John Silver's?
I guess. Nice. I don't think there is one by where we were. And as a kid, we never went there. I don't know who thought of that premise and who made it huge because it was huge.
Oh yeah.
I guess they all died right as I was growing up. So
yeah, but they're still around.
Yeah, where?
On that nondescript parkway I was just talking about, there's one.
Really? Dude, that nondescript. Do people go there? You ever see anybody going in there?
No, but they're still open. But it's an A&W like
No, A&W, I don't know if it's good. Honestly, at this time when we're done, I might go there because I need food to eat.
Yeah.
Right. Food, but
Impossible Burger. Maybe we should get an Impossible.
But there's a Long John Silver. Why have an Impossible Burger when you can go to Long John Silver's?
So
there's a thing on there.
What is it saying?
I don't know.
Your eyes are better than mine.
Oh, well,
It says something.
something about automatically.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to get up and check it
Yeah, go ahead.
because we gave our production crew the day off today.
Yes.
Because
yes.
we felt bad. I mean, they worked so hard in episode 1.
Yes.
We said, you know what? We got to cover this time. So I'm
Yes.
going to check it.
Okay, sounds good.
And we're back.
What were we talking about before the camera broke?
I don't know if the camera broke. I think the camera just knew that I needed to refill my coffee.
Yes.
It was sensing I was low on caffeine.
Yes, and you needed it.
Admittedly, I forgot to take my Ultra Vitality this morning.
Your ultimate male vitality.
Yeah. So apologies to Infowars. I won't forget again.
People are going to actually think that I watch that stuff. And it's like, no, one day I was like, so when I was like 13 or whatever, I was like, I wonder if there's news on YouTube. And then I looked it up, and that was before YouTube censored anything. So legit, it was just like, oh, wow, there's these guys, Infowars.
Yeah.
And there was like a brief stint for like 2 months where I was like, hey, it's pretty cool. And then I was like, no, never mind. It's not. That's how they get you.
That's how they,
yeah. So then last night I was
sneak it in there.
Or when was it? It was like a couple days ago. Again, playing with the boys. I was like, I wonder what they're doing. Yeah. So then, that's
I can honestly say I've never watched it.
No, it's not worth it. I mean, for some people it is. It's hard because I don't want to put them down, but I also want to say that don't watch it. Like don't watch it. Yeah. Because at some points it's very rude, and it's pretty blatantly ignorant.
I have watched Storage Wars though.
Great show. Yeah. Great show. Did you ever see Shipping Wars?
No.
Oh, they go on like this website called UShip, and they bid on items that they have to ship across. So the buyer sets like a bidding like start point, and you just bid lower than other people
to get the shipping business.
Yeah. So if I want to ship that guitar, right, and I want to say like, okay, I'll pay you $7,000 to ship this guitar from here to Florida, or no, I will, like that's the most I'll pay. Other people will be like, well, I'll do it for $650 or for $6,500, or like I'll do it for like $5,000, and then it'll go down the list. So Shipping Wars is like that. It's funny because you just see them like sitting in the truck, like on their computer. Wow. They bid against each other. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't know if it's still on, but it's on YouTube now, and then there's full episodes on YouTube now, so it's probably not.
I'm trying to think what kind of shipping method to ship a guitar from the Northeast to Florida for $7,000. Like, you'd probably have to have like armed bodyguards and things like that.
I mean, if you're shipping that $40,000 guitar from Carter's,
go back, and if you don't know what we're talking about, watch episode 1 right now. Pause. Go back and watch episode 1.
And then come back and then pick it up at wherever we are.
Because we're going to reference stuff from previous episodes, and you got to keep up, people, or you're going to be confused.
You got to keep up. Got to take notes.
Man.
Take notes and then just review them and then come back.
Yeah. I mean, I would keep a borderline theology journal.
Yeah. So we could take down everything we say.
I mean, it's because you're going to get lost, and then you're going to be like, I don't get this. And it's like trying to watch, I don't know, jump into Friends in season 6, and you don't know all the dynamics.
Yeah, I could positively say I've never seen Friends either.
Really?
Because I know it's one of those shows that you have to binge watch, and like I have respect for it. And like The Office, like I can't just binge watch The Office. Yeah, like I can't do it.
But you really like. There were times when I periodically watched The Office episode here, and it didn't totally make sense to me, and I didn't know all the characters. And then I was talking to some people, actually my kids, and they're like, you got to watch it from the beginning all the way. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you get it. Yeah. And sure enough, I did that last year. I watched from season 1 all the way to the end. And it is like, you get it then. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You have to, in order to watch those, you have
if you're new to borderline theology and you're coming in here episode 3, like do yourself a favor, jump back to episode 1, binge us right up to episode 3.
Are we on episode 2?
I'm already so far ahead. I'm ready to have our 100th anniversary show.
He's ready to have the sponsors and the.
Oh yeah, I mean, we are episode 2. Sorry to confuse you.
We are episode 2. There is no. We are doing episode. We are the embodiment of this episode. Right. That's like a little hype speech that you have to give ourselves.
I may need because I'm almost boomer age. I'm not quite boomer age, but. We almost need a little card here to remind myself what episode
it is. Yeah. Speaking of mental speeches, I know when I go on stage to lead something, or if I'm going to do something that I deem as important, I have to give myself a mental speech. Do you do that?
Like a little pep talk?
Yeah, kind of like a go. Yeah. To put it in the less vitality way. Yes.
So not to sound more spiritual than you, but I usually say a little prayer.
Do you?
Yeah,
I do. Mine's a little bit of both. So like it's like in the morning. If I'm going to church and I'm going to lead worship in the morning, I do that.
Yeah.
Right. But then like when I'm getting on there, it's like all right, like you got this, like getting hyped up. Yeah. And then like you just get into the zone. And then like, so do you have to do that or no?
I don't really do that. But you know, I do kind of usually say a quick little prayer, but you know, help me not to suck.
Even when you're, when you're, but like when you're in a bar still, same thing. Like when you're playing out with your band in a bar.
Yeah. Like, I guess it's like over time. I think there was a time when I used to kind of have to hype myself up, but it's like, yeah, I've just, for so long, I've played in front of people.
Yeah.
That it doesn't really faze me.
Yeah.
I find it, and my wife and I talked about this. She's the wife and she has to occasionally talk on stage. Her job, but we can't talk about that because she wants to be entirely left out of this podcast. But she, you know, she's more comfortable talking one-on-one than in front of a crowd. I'm almost the opposite.
Yes.
I'd almost rather talk to a crowd than one-on-one.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah. That's how I am. Because believe it or not, I was never a talker until like literally like 2 years ago. I never said a word like to anybody. Until college kind of made me have to do that, have to kind of develop interpersonal skills, which is, you know, a good thing to have. It's not a bad thing to have, but
which is crazy because now you're the co-host.
Now we're doing a podcast. Yeah, I know. As weird as that is, I used to like never say a word. Right. And then now I'm in a position to like speak to crowds and be fine.
Yeah.
And like, they're not big crowds, but they're crowds indeed. And sometimes smaller crowds are even harder than big crowds.
Right. Like I think the bigger the crowd, the easier.
Yes. Because like a room full of 4 of my friends and I have to play guitar and like sing like a country song that I've sang a million times. It's harder for me than a bar full of like 60 people that I don't know.
Right. I mean, a big part of it is not knowing the people. And you kind of, it's like being around people that you care about or a small group that that know you. It's a little more uncomfortable. Yeah.
It's so weird. But yeah, that was like a mental thing that I always have to go through.
And it's a weird thing. Like, so I have this fear of heights that if you put me on a ladder 20 feet up on my roof, I'm freaking out. But if I am, you know, like on an airplane, I love the window seat.
Yes.
Looking out, because I don't know if it's not real to me or it's just like my brain can't wrap my head around. Yeah. You're up 30,000 feet or something.
Planes are awesome. Yeah. It's so cool.
So if you missed episode 1, which was last episode.
Yes.
You heard that a few weeks ago, we were down in Nashville. Worship Together had a conference and they asked Drew and I to come down. And actually we just bought tickets and went there. But we blessed them. It was Drew's first time on an airplane.
We blessed them with our presence.
There was a lot of first times in Nashville for Drew.
Yeah, sushi,
airplanes, hotels.
Yes.
Rental car.
That I never drove.
Holding a $40,000 guitar. There was a lot of firsts for you.
Yeah. Sushi is sick. Like I want to get sushi like again.
Yeah.
Like maybe not as expensive as it was. I don't know if sushi's always that expensive.
You got to check out some gas station sushi.
Yeah.
that's the good stuff.
You think I won't? Next episode.
Yeah.
Impossible Burger and gas station sushi.
Exactly.
We're going to do it. Let's do it. I don't even care.
I want our audience to know that we're not these highfalutin kind of guys. We're regular Joes.
We're normal dudes, yeah.
We eat our sushi from a gas station. Yes. We eat our burgers without meat. Actually, I've never had a Impossible Burger. But
we get our veggie burgers from Aldi's just like the rest of us.
I eat my BLTs with a burger on it and cheese.
See, BLTs are a rough art to make, though. They're simple, but if you really want to get like a really good one, you have to add stuff. So like when I get one at work every day.
Every day you get one?
If I work, yes. Because
okay, so like once every 2 weeks.
No shade, but that's the truth.
Drew is independently wealthy. He doesn't really need to work like the rest of us.
Campbell's soup. Anyway, so if I'm going to buy a BLT from like a Subway,
yeah,
is what I should have said. And you got to get the BLT, right? But then you have to get, your lettuce, tomato, onions, banana peppers, green peppers. It's all about the stuff that you put on it. Spinach as well.
Yeah.
Sweet peppers, ranch dressing. Boom. That's what you need.
Wait, you do ranch and not mayo?
Yes.
Okay. So here's my thing about Subway. And I guess I've always grown up kind of frugal. I don't know if my dad put this in me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm at Subway, I feel like the more toppings I can get them to add, the more value I'm getting for my $6.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes.
So like, do you want anything on there? Heck yeah, I want everything on there.
Yeah, throw it on there.
Yeah, I don't even like those, but put those on there.
Yes.
Because I'm paying for it, basically, right?
Yeah.
So I think even once the podcast blows up and money is no longer an object for you and I,
yes,
I'm still going to do that.
We're so ignorantly confident.
I'm going to be pulling into Subway in my Ferrari,
yes,
with no bumper sticker on it.
And mine will have the bumper sticker.
Yeah, Drew and I are going to pull into Subway in our matching Ferraris, and his license plate is going to say border and mine's going to say line. And we're going to go in there and we're still going to load up our subs with all the stuff we don't even like just because it's a good value.
Exactly. And Subway changed a lot over the years, and it's weird because like when I first started going there, I was such a picky eater growing up. It was absolutely like so blatantly dumb what I got. So my sub, I'll say it, full disclosure, when I started when I was like 12, like when I didn't eat anything besides like microwavable chicken tenders, it was foot-long grilled chicken sub with lettuce and barbecue sauce, and that was it.
Whoa.
That was the move when I was like 12 because I didn't know what else to get.
Yep.
So now, now obviously it's changed, but my brother, when he goes, loads it up and he does it the right way.
Oh yeah.
Because he gets what he pays for and that he does it the right way.
Right.
And that's something that we should all do.
We should all strive for that at Subway. So actually, I grew up in a house that my parents like Miracle Whip.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever had it.
No.
It's like mayonnaise, but real tangy and weird tasting.
It
tastes like mayonnaise that went bad. And so I assumed growing up in a house that my parents only bought Miracle Whip, I assumed that that's what mayonnaise was too, because they both were in the same kind of jar. And so growing up, I was like, that's disgusting. I don't like Miracle Whip or mayonnaise. Now mayonnaise is just like more of a plain flavor. It's just eggs and oil.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So when I was in high school, a friend of mine owned a sub shop. His parents owned a sub shop. And he's like, hey, I'm going for a sub run. Who wants subs? And I'm like, I'll take a turkey sub. And he's like, okay, what do you want on it? And all this stuff. And he's like, you need mayo, right? And I'm like, ugh, I don't like mayo. He's like, oh, you need mayo on this thing.
So he did it anyway.
I'm like, well, he's running to get the subs. I can't really complain, whatever. So he came back and it was like the best sub of my life.
Yeah.
So I immediately started liking mayo at that point. And it's totally different than Miracle Whip. It almost has a non-flavor. It just makes everything juicier.
I don't dislike mayo. I just really like ranch. That's what it is. Like if I'm at a restaurant and there's mayo on like whatever I'm getting, I don't get it off. I don't say, hey, can you put ranch on that instead? I just leave it on there.
Right.
That's kind of, I don't know. I'm pretty simple with that, especially with like restaurants.
Because I know
waiters and
I know
stuff.
Joey Young actually does not like mayo.
Really?
Yeah, I read it in one of his like teen magazine articles that interviews.
One of his interviews that we conducted ourselves.
Yeah, he doesn't like mayo, but he likes eggs.
Okay.
And I've told him before, I go, mayo is eggs. It's like water and ice, but he doesn't believe me.
They're just in different states. Boom.
The good news is he's probably not even listening to this right now. Because if he, you know what I mean?
After the first episode, he might ask us to not say his name.
Yeah.
And we're just going to do it anyway, because that's how good of friends we are. And that's how good of, that's why sponsors would like us.
And honestly, he shouldn't have named a podcast.
I know. He shouldn't have.
He forever will have his name tied to this.
Remember when we were thinking of things to do and we were going to do a Joey Young trash can review? We were going to go dump
and we still may do that because we actually have inside information. We found out where Joey Young lives, and we may dumpster dive at Joey Young's house.
It's my favorite tourist attraction.
Just to find out what's in his trash, like what kind of wrappers and what kind of things are we going to find in there?
I have a source that tells me pomade, but I have no idea what that is because I'm bald, so I can't use it.
I'm sure there's definitely some empty hair product containers in there.
Hair product, hair.
He does have fabulous hair.
Fabulous, man.
So, all right. So how far are we in? I feel like we're pretty far into episode 2 here.
40? No way we've been talking for 46 minutes.
Well, there was a commercial break where I got my coffee.
Oh, yeah.
But really, I mean,
the commercial break. That's enough. Yeah. Hey.
But again, I feel like maybe we need to wrap this one up.
How are we going to wrap the last time we talked about Pennsylvania polka? I don't know what else. We can't beat that.
No. But again, I mean, so since we can't give out specifics because of the paparazzi. Yes. But you did grow up near Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
As did I, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think we need to have some homage to Scranton. You know,
like what?
I don't know.
I mean, The Office already does that. Scranton's already famous because of The Office.
Right.
You could give a shout out to.
But at some point in time, I'm pretty sure we're going to be bigger than The Office. So people 10 years from now will be like, "Oh, Scranton, Pennsylvania, borderline theology."
With those,
right?
Yeah, I get
and I think that Office show.
I
don't know. So anyway, but so thank you for tuning in to episode 2.
Yeah, it was great.
We're going to be back again, until we don't want to do this anymore, which is probably never.
Because this is for us, and if anybody doesn't want to watch it, don't, and that's it.
Don't. But tell people about it.
But tell people about how awesome it was.
And like and subscribe anyway.
And how uncool you are for not. No.
Because the more you like and subscribe, the more we can go to Subway.
the more we can load up our $6 footlongs because now they're $6. They have inflation.
Footlongs used to be $5 footlongs. $5 footlongs. It was like
that was the thing. That was the jingle.
And now it's like $5 6-inch.
Yes.
That's
wrong. And if we're not on Facebook by the time this is up, facebook.com/Joey Young.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. So stay classy, Subway.
Stay classy, Subway.